Hey, y'all. Okay, this happened. This is going to be, oh my God. I have seen a lot of criminal documentaries. A lot, a lot, a lot. Okay. And this particular crime is one of the most disturbing cases ever. His name is Kevin Davis, and he is from Corpus Christi, Texas. And in my humble opinion, he is the epitome of a psychopath. And I'm not saying that lightly. Psychopaths have no remorse. They do absolutely grotesque things, and it's no different to them than eating a bowl of cornflakes. That's a psychopath. If you cannot handle extremely graphic descriptions, you might want to sit this video out. Or actually, it's not a video, it's a podcast. You might want to sit this one out because it's going to be graphic and disgusting. But it's an actual crime that took place in Corpus Christi, Texas. When I saw the video initially, before I knew all the terrible things that he has done, I was thinking, ooh, Corpus Christi, not too far from the beach. I like it. But then it talked about how it's also prone to severe and horrific storms and tornadoes and all this. And I'm going, maybe not. Anyway, visit and then that'll be the end of it. You know what I mean? A visit and get the heck up out of there. Anyway, I don't know much about his mother. I have a sneaking suspicion that she gave him everything he's ever wanted. I just get that impression. Because that can make your child hate you. It can make your child absolutely hate you. You know why? Because you are going against the grain. They are not supposed to get their butts kissed. They are not supposed to have the red carpet rolled out for them. They are not supposed to have you lie for them when they do something horrible so they learn early on, I don't have to be responsible for anything I do because dear mommy will save me. That makes your child hate you potentially. Because you're going against the natural order of things. They are supposed to have rules and regulations. And you're supposed to guide them and prepare them for the world. The rest of the world is not going to kiss their hiney. So you kissing their hiney and doing everything in the world for them does not prepare them for the real world. You're going against the grain. I don't have definitive proof that she did that, but I wonder if she did. And that's not victim blaming. This is a typical scenario that happens more often than you would think. Okay? Way more often than you think. They have animosity towards their parents. Sometimes they murder both parents because they didn't have to want for anything. And instead of being tickled about that, they hate you because, again, you went against the grain. I don't know if she did that, but that is a common thread. So he was acting a straight up fool, and his sister was an adult and had her own place. Why are you so scratchy? You need your allergy medicine or something? So he was acting a fool. He was getting on his mom's nerves, and she said, pack your stuff. You're going to live with your sister because the sister didn't live too far away. Pack your stuff. I'm done. I've had it with you. So she was sitting in the living room and watching TV, and he tried to choke her, strangle her with the cord of the video game. And I will post the video in the description also, so you can watch it. Now's your time to bow out. Before I go into any more graphic details, it's time for you to go bye-bye if you want to. If you do not want to hear graphic, please do not. We'll see you next time on a different podcast. But this particular one, you might want to sit it out. I won't take it personally, trust me. It was hard for me to watch, and I've seen horrific things. I couldn't even talk about what I've seen on here. I would not want to talk about it. Some of the things that I know that have actually happened that are beyond horrific. You don't want me to go there. But this one isn't much better, to be quite honest. But like I said, if you bow out, hey, peace out. We'll catch you next time. So he tried to strangle her with the cord of the video game, and it didn't work. She screamed and was fighting, obviously, because she doesn't want to lose her life. And she's pulling at the cord. You're going to have superhuman strength when you're trying to save yourself. And he ran into her room, pulled out the bottom drawer. I think it was the bottom drawer. And he pulled out a hammer. And he proceeded to beat her in her head with the hammer. He described the top, like the crown of her head and the back of her head. He just kept beating her in her head to the point where she was snoring, which basically means you're in a coma. So he knew that because she was still making sounds, that she was still alive. And he took a knife and he was stirring her brains with the knife, trying to get her to no longer be alive, to kill her, which eventually worked. Then he proceeded to take her into the bedroom, dragged her, and he said it was very, very hard for him to do, because you're talking about someone who's all of their weight is, their body is heavy, because they're dead. So you literally got dead weight. And he was strong. He's not a big guy. And he dragged her into the bedroom. And proceeded to lose his virginity to his mom's corpse. As he's telling detectives about this, and you're going to see the interrogation if you watch the video, please do not think about the detective in a wrong way, because the detective said, I admire you. You're a man. You came in here. You were responsible. You admitted what you've done. That's a real man. Please do not mistake that for the detective thinking he's an amazing guy. He's doing it to feed his gigantic ego. Although he was honest about what he did, and he didn't have to say squat. He didn't have to admit anything. The evidence would speak for itself, though. But he didn't have to. He was proud of what he's done. And he was proud to give the graphic details. And he was very, there's no emotion at all. I mean, this is how psychopathic people behave. Yes, I murdered. Yes, I did it in this fashion. Yes, it was bloody and gross, and I had to take a shower. There's blood everywhere. They pretty much talk about it like you would discuss the types of trees you saw in the woods when you went on a hike. I mean, it's that casual. I saw an oak tree. I saw a maple tree. And bushes, and I'm not really sure what those were. I mean, they're just that casual about it. And it seems like, especially with people that are disturbed to this extent, they want to give you all the gross details, and they want to do the worst of the worst so that they can relive it when they talk about it, when they tell the cops about it. And they're proud of what they've done. I do give mucho props to the detectives for not being grossed out to the, like, I guess I should say visibly grossed out, because you want to get as much information as you can. So you kind of almost have to act like this is a normal everyday conversation that people have, which hopefully it's not unless you're a crazy person. But they were just like, okay. And then what happened? And why did you do that? And, he had so much hatred for her and so much disdain for her that I'm just curious as to what was their dynamic when she was alive. Just curious. I don't know if I'm ever going to find out. Maybe I will. He did want to eliminate his sister. He wanted to murder his sister, Desiree, but she wasn't there at the house, thank God, or she would have been murdered as well, because he said he wanted to, and to kill her. And they said, do you think I think they said something along the lines of, do you think you'd ever do this again? Do you have remorse? That kind of thing. And he's very calm about it. Yeah, I would kill again. And then he proceeds to tell the detectives what his ideal date would be like. And he describes, let me see if I don't know if I could remember. I'd break into the house, and I guess he's gonna, I don't know if he's gonna murder the boyfriend or something, incapacitate the boyfriend to some extent, and then make her wear this pretty dress that he got her, and then he would kill her. I don't remember if he said he would behead her. Whatever it was, it's typical of his twisted brain process. And he said, and I quote, "I like my women dead." What in the hell? The biggest thing that you will notice if you watch any type of interrogation, with a detective and a suspect, if the person is a psychopath, cops can pick up on it because they notice the typical traits. They pick up on it. The lack of emotion, the lack of remorse. And I told you this, I don't know how many times, because it will always blow my mind when I was watching one particular case where the person was being interrogated and killed people without a bat of an eye. It was just that casual. It was like, no big deal. And the detective said, "Do you have any remorse at all?" "No." "So you don't feel bad for what you've done? I mean, when you murdered someone?" "No." They're dead. I'm alive." I'm not kidding. That's exactly what that particular criminal suspect said. And in his mind, that's completely, reasonable. Like, It's not a big deal. Yeah, I murdered somebody, but I mean, I look at the bright side, you know, in so many words or less. I look at the bright side. They're dead. I'm not. Wow, that's looking into the mind of a psychopath. That's crazy as hell. Here's the worst part. I think, let me think here. Narcissists are made, so they're not born a narcissist. However, psychopaths are born that way. They are born that way. Like, whoa, there's nothing you could do to prevent that. Makes me glad I don't have any kids. I would hate that. Oh, God. Wow. Totally wow. I was reluctant to do this because, to tell you guys about this, because it's just, there's no words. And if the detectives that interrogate them, are normal in the head, they're never, ever, 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 ever going to get used to the nonchalance of a psychopath's attitude. They're never going to get over that because that's just creepy. You murdered people. You don't feel bad? No. And that's the tone. Like, tone of, that's ridiculous. Why would I feel bad? I know one suspect said to the detective he had killed somebody or multiple people. I can't remember exactly, but he had said to the detective said, why did you murder them? Oh, I don't know. I just felt like it. That's what I wanted to do. Do you feel bad that two people that cared about you and one of them raised you and you don't feel bad? No. And he said, I'm serious. This is what he said. I can act sad if you want me to, but no, I don't feel bad about it. That is psychopathy. They do not feel bad. They do not regret it. They do not have any remorse. And they get frustrated that you trying to make them feel something. That's why it's kind of like, an indignant tone. So you don't feel bad? No. Like, why would I waste my time feeling bad about what I've done? That's just stupid. It's bizarre. It's very bizarre. But yeah, also in the previous podcast that I did, I put in there the video of the couple that I told you he ended up murdering her. So that video is in the description. I should have told you that before, but I found it and then I put it in there. So it's in there. Not long after they were married, he took her life. Another whack job. Okay. Anyways, you guys take care. I warned you. It was horrifying. I warned you. But you guys take care, and I'll put this video in the description as well. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.